I have this piece of paper with some questions from some fans.
Oh, boy.
Which fan?
Not the crazy ones,
Fans
right?
are Aaron M. from the internet.
Aaron
here.
You're here.
Everybody knows Aaron.
Very nice to see you.
How did she get here from the internet?
He or she is phenomenal.
I see that you've all met Aaron. Aaron asks, how did you end up writing for the Colbert Report? Nobody just walked in off the street.
One of the things you have to do for a late night show is you have to write a sample packet, which is basically like you act like you're writing for the show. So I think in my packet I wrote like a threat down and a word and some guest questions. And then if you happen to hear that there's an opening and you can have an agent or a manager get your stuff to the show. And some people don't have that and they're able to get into the right hands. Then if they like the material, get the job, hopefully.
And Meredith, I think everyone here would like to know, what is it like being the only member of staff who's been on Cash Cab?
Actually, not true. Not the only member.
Is that not true?
Liz Levin, who is a field producer, was also on Cash Cab with me.
With her in the
same cab, and she had the winning answer.
Well,
So she actually, she took our prize from,
I think there's a real glass ceiling in the late night comedy world for people who've been on Cash Cabs.
It is hard.
It's tragic.
It's difficult.
Society is not perfect. We're working on it.
They earn 77%.
to
To be fair, though,
right?
we didn't get as many applications from people who have been on Cash Cab.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like I would love to work with more people who've been on Cash.
We all love
Just they don't
Jerry
tend
Lewis
to.
just doesn't think people on Cash Cab are good at their.
It's true, he doesn't.
You cannot identify with
it is sometimes awkward when we're writing about Cash Cab.
You want the perspective of someone who's been on Cash Cab.
Yeah.
Do you know that there are more people on the Supreme Court who have been on Cash Cab than on all the late night shows combined?
This is a depressing statistic.
It's the most Clarence Thomas ever spoke.
Related to that, Tashkaz, is Tashkaz here?
He or she is phenomenal.
But they're not
Stuck
here.
in the
They're not
internet.
They're still on the internet.
Tashkaz would like to know, there are a few women in this line of work. What wisdom, words of encouragement, or perhaps discouragement can Meredith share with women who are trying to break into writing for shows?
I'll handle this.
Yeah. Well, I would say I don't necessarily feel like the only woman that the right.
I don't know, that was pretty vague.
Like the whole general area. No. But anyway, no, I mean, I think that there's plenty of opportunities. I mean, I think if it's what you find funny and you want to work for a late night show and it's what you think's hilarious and, write material and try to just keep writing and try and get it into the right hands and you've just as good a shot as anyone else. And, I love the atmosphere where I work. I never feel different.
And now some words of
supportive.
discouragement.
What'd you say?
And now some words of discouragement.
Yeah, oh yeah. Sometimes you're unemployed for a while. That's like generally, a thing for being a writer in this line of work.
That's 10% of the country right now, though. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, I say go for it.
Thank you.
Jerry Lewis has a lot of good things to say on the same subject.
Your guests, who have been some of your craziest guests on the show?
Jane Fonda.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of fun with Jeff Goldblum in recent months.
Rick Ocasek, always a great sport.
Yeah.
Kareem Jabbar is also.
Penn Jillette was fun. He was an interview subject, and he went a little nuts and tore up Steven's interview cards, I think, in the middle, like with his questions. We have the questions on him, and he ripped them up and threw them.
Magic!
Which was the first time, yeah, it was magical.
And then he pulled them out of his suit jacket back together.
Yeah, fantastic. But that wound up being really fun. interview, because you can see if you watch it, Steven is surprised for a minute, and then he's like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, the interviews work best when someone is really fun like that, or they really argue their point. Like, there's people who are academics, or they've written a book, and their book has this like point about, you know, Iraq or the economy or something, and they forget that they're arguing with essentially like a character, and he'll say these ridiculous things that undercut their point, and they'll be like, no, and they just get really into it, and that's great because it feels like after the 6 minutes, the person looks up and is like, oh, I've just been had. So it's really funny. I like that. Or when Richard Branson threw water in his face. Was also really fun.
That was insane.
Who would be your dream guest for the show?
Elvis.
Either in a dream or
A unicorn.
Yeah. Like my old gym teacher, naked, but in the hallways of the school, but it's not the school. Like that dream. That dream.
That's what it's
Steven has said Jesus. Hasn't he?
Yeah.
That'd be a
Okay.
good one. That'd be a good get.
Right
You gotta
now,
speak Aramaic,
I want
though.
Maurice
It's very
Sendak to be on the show because I just watched this awesome documentary
yeah.
over here, and he was amazing. So
Who?
if anyone's
Jesus?
friends with him,
Maurice
Maurice Sendak.
There's like J.D. Salinger.
Oh yeah.
So if anybody out there knows him, or if he's there, if he's writing questions from the internet,
He's
Aaron
been
M.
challenged a couple times to come on the show.
him?
We started tearing. Steven started tearing stories out of the 9 stories until he would come on.
And he
We've been trying to
plagiarized
goad
some of
him.
the titles too. He had
To
A
goad
Perfect
him.
Day for Banana Fish, the cookbook.
That's right.